All right, thank you, AJ. Well, welcome everybody. As you can see by the title slide there, Electrical and You Part 2, because I taught almost this exact same class a couple years ago at the TAPRIA conference. But it was well, I did 4 hours of it, and then Derek McMullen did the other 4. So this class that we'll be doing in October is a 2-hour workshop. So be a little bit more condensed, and I just wanted to, they asked me to come on and just kind of do a little preview of it so that we could generate some interest possibly. So just to give you a little bit about me, first and foremost, I'm a girl dad, husband and dad. My wife, Rochelle, has her own bookkeeping company, a little shameless plug there. I have 2 daughters, both of who are amazing in their own right. My oldest, Lauren, is special needs, has the biggest heart of anyone you'll ever meet. I don't think she's ever met a bug or an animal that she didn't absolutely love. My youngest, Kristen, even though we've never asked her to, has always been her sister's keeper and will fight like hell against anyone who tries to keep Lauren down. So for two teenagers, they have a pretty remarkable bond. I retired from the Air Force in 2017. My last 13 years were in a unique unit here in San Antonio, where my job was to travel around in a small team, usually about 4 or 8 of us, and build, install, and repair stuff. So one day I might be a carpenter, the next I might be helping electricians, the day after that, HVAC, or maybe even communications racks. So it was a lot of fun. Gave me a little bit of experience with a lot of different things. So that really helped me in my transition once I retired and decided to get into home inspection. I put all that next stuff in there, not to brag, not to pat myself on the back, but to encourage you guys and anyone that'll end up watching this to get involved. This is our industry. Take ownership of it. Do what you can to elevate it. Little soapbox here that a lot of times we get referred to as generalists, and I really hate that term because we should be the smartest folks in the room. If you think about it, the electrician just needs to know electric. The plumber only needs to know plumbing. The HVAC guy, you get the idea. But the inspector, we have to know it all. So I believe we need to stop allowing our profession to be thought of as generalists, and we really need to be more educated and really dig in and enjoy learning and being that expert. And along with that comes, you can demand more money. So I'll get off my soapbox with that. Tonight's overview, we're just going to hit 3 quick hitter topics, nothing too in-depth at all. The goal is to maybe pique your interest a little bit to come out to the convention. So speaking of the convention, October 16th through the 18th in Dallas. It may be called the Texas Inspector Convention, but it really is anything but. I updated this slide this afternoon, so I think I've got the most updated information. If not, AJ can correct me on it. I know 100% of the classes are going to be eligible for InterNACHI CE. It's also a couple classes each for Building Performance Institute and International Code Council. So if you need CEs for that, there are some classes for that. As of now, 14 states are approved for CE, and this class that will be doing is approved for all of those classes, or all of those states, I'm sorry. And then there's 16 different workshops to choose from. You can see them there, HVAC, there's 2 electrical classes, the Texas Legal Ethics SOP, which we have to take every license period. There's 2 different commercial classes, report writing, grading and drainage. Ben Grimico is teaching the How to Be Successful class that I think he taught that in Florida back in February. I was in that one. I think it's the same class. And it was really good information. He's always bringing knowledge and good info. Two different framing classes, a plumbing class, ancillaries, pools and spas, roofs, and how to deal with complaints. Bottom line on it, it's the exact same convention as the big InterNACHI Pro Inspectors Convention. It's just a little less crowded, which is a good thing, because if you're like me, it's easy to get overwhelmed. So if you go to internachi.org, you can't miss the banner in the middle of the page right there to sign up. So on the topic of knowing more than just the bare minimum. So you shouldn't be a generalist at any facet of the home inspection, as I kind of soapboxed on, but especially not electrical. We work with live electricity at amperages that are 4,000 times the probably fatal threshold. We'll go into a little bit more detail on that in the class. I've got a nice infographic that we go over all that. But no system in the home will kill you faster. It might be more painful, but not faster. So it's really a good thing to know electrical and to be safe around electrical. So at least that's my thinking. I've never been killed by electrocution or any other way. So I guess I really don't know for sure. If anyone has been killed and can give me more insight on that, you can go ahead and let me know. There. So what are we going to be talking about during the 2-hour workshop in October? Right there. That's the entire overview from my presentation. Why should we care about electricity? Some electrical theory, importance of terminology, TREC SOP. We'll go through this slide by slide here and go just a little bit more in depth on the overview portion. So why should you care about electricity? So we just discussed it a little bit here. We'll discuss it a little bit more in October. But because it can kill you, really, is the bottom line on that. Oh, got a little lag on my PowerPoint. We go into electrical theory a little bit. So we get into a very deep and thoughtful discussion about how electricity works. And if you attended the class from a couple years ago, you'll understand what I mean by that. So make sure you bring a calculator or something so we can. No, I'm teasing. That picture has nothing to do with anything. I just thought it was funny to put that in there. And anyway, moving on. Come on, PowerPoint. There we go. Importance of terminology. So we deal with multiple levels of knowledge when it comes to the report that we produce. The client who may or may not know anything. It could be their first home. They may not know switch from a receptacle, and you may have to teach them all that. Maybe dealing with the agent who knows the basics, or that agent that might try to prove that they know more than you. So those ones are always fun. And then you're going to deal with the tradesperson who's going to try to throw you under the bus. So we're going to go over terminology and not everything, people say, oh yeah, I'm going to plug it into an outlet. Well, what is an outlet? And we'll go over that and what you should be saying. So the electrician doesn't try to, well, technically, yeah. So if you're at my workshop a couple years ago, I shortened this section down a little bit because too many people fell asleep. But I do think it's important to go through. It is not the sexiest of topics when we get into this section, but it's important to make you look smarter. So you need to make sure that you're using the proper verbiage with each party is the bottom line on that one. Come on. We'll be doing a TREC overview, SOP overview. So no class with a bunch of Texas inspectors should be conducted without tying it back to the standards of practice. if you've been to any of my classes, you know that I really try to pound the SOP into your head, because that's the document that is your get out of jail free card almost every time. If you're not in Texas, then whatever state you're in, follow that SOP. If if your state doesn't have an SOP, then follow InterNACHI's. Bottom line, follow an SOP. Make sure the client knows the SOP that you're following. Make sure it's in your inspection agreement. That way there is no confusion on what you're doing, what you're not doing, and that'll save you a lot. So I cannot stress enough the importance of knowing your SOP. We'll dig into that. Next thing we'll be going over is the differences between TREC and InterNACHI SOP. So there's a few differences Texas inspectors must know to stay out of hot water with TREC. So if you have a state SOP that you follow, you should have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with the InterNACHI SOP. It's a great document, but if you don't pay attention, it can blur the lines on what you're required to do, i.e. representative number. I don't know how many times I've ran into a Texas inspector that tries to use the representative number verbiage when they're talking about what receptacles, that they need to test and everything like that. Representative number does not exist in the Texas, the TREC SOP. So you need to know the differences, okay? Grounding and bonding, it's one of the most confusing things that does not have to be. It's actually pretty simple once you break it down. Grounding to the earth, aka earthing, and bonding is connecting metal together. So we'll dive a little deeper into that with some examples and what exactly is required and where, and then what to look for when it's not done correctly. And then including code without including code. So you hear it all the time. We are not code inspectors. Well, maybe, but you darn well better know the code if you want to be a good inspector. Sometimes the easiest way to call out a code violation is by using the code language. So then the seller's agent, the electrician, insert licensed trade, whichever one we're talking about, has no standing against you. So if you can pull out the verbiage that says, how far receptacles need to be apart, and you can quote that code without actually using the, NEC 210.87 AB, whatever it is. But you can use the verbiage from the code, then that electrician really has, or the builder usually, if you're going to call that out, really has no standing to argue with you. That's it. That okay, there you go. Ties back to the importance of qualified professionals. Yeah. So that's really it. Questions from anybody? I mean, like I said, it's a real short preview. I didn't want to dive in and do a long explanation on anything, just because then we'll get into the 45-minute to an hour spiel of and I'm ready for dinner. If you do have any questions, you can throw them in that Q&A box, and we'll give everybody just a couple seconds. AJ, did I nail the states for CE? Do you know of any updates on that? I looked today. Like I said, I looked right after lunch. So
no, I think you got them. I think those are all of them.
Yeah, I know there's so if you go to the registration site, you can look at all the states that are approved, and it shows the ones that are still in the middle of approval, as well, the ones that InterNACHI has submitted the paperwork for to get them approved. So hopefully we'll see those come through. I know I had to update my slide because I was going to talk about how Tennessee has approved CEs, but they hadn't approved my class yet. And I was gonna make fun of them and tell them they just don't know how good it is. But when I went to go look today, they had updated it, so it's approved in Tennessee now.
That's kind of how it is. So you guys make sure that if you are registered and if you're watching the recording of this before the convention, obviously, just periodically check in, because our education team are always hard at work every day trying to get new states approved for all of our live conventions, not only the Texas convention, but our future ones, or our education teams are thinking about Denver right now, so they're getting all those classes approved. So, but yeah, you guys just check on the site, make sure you're updated. We'll keep that updated and posted whenever new states get approved. And if that's it, I think we can all have a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out. Sorry if you were expecting a longer webinar or expecting to go into detail, but now you've got time to catch the news. I appreciate everybody taking some time out to be here, and y'all have a good evening.
And we hope to see you guys in Dallas. So if you guys found this interesting and you want more, make sure you head on to nachi.org/Tapria 2025 and register for that event and register for Shannon's class. And we hope to see you there.